The stadium vibrated with life. Chants, drums, and whistles fused into a single heartbeat that pulsed through the night. The USA team emerged first, their youthful energy almost visible, a wave of confidence and ambition rolling onto the pitch. Weston McKennie immediately commanded attention, not just for his size or speed, but for the way he seemed to inhabit the entire midfield simultaneously. He anticipated passes before they were made, closed gaps as if reading minds, and then exploded forward in bursts that tore through spaces Paraguay had spent minutes carefully defending. Richard Sánchez, Paraguay's cerebral midfielder, met him with a calm intensity. His eyes scanned constantly, reading McKennie's intentions, intercepting where possible, and distributing the ball with surgical precision. But even Sanchez's intelligence was tested by McKennie's unpredictability. Every run, every fake, every sudden change of pace forced the Paraguayan midfield to adjust on the fly. Tyler Adams operated nearby as the invisible shield, anchoring the USA structure. His positioning was near perfect, ensuring that McKennie's bursts never left his team exposed. Across from him, Robert Piris de Motta had to think and react constantly, balancing the need to stop Adams from intercepting while simultaneously guiding Sánchez and the forwards. Every pass, every feint, every press was a micro-battle of brains versus brawn, patience versus energy. On the wings, the story became even more dramatic. Christian Pulisic, light on his feet but lethal in execution, darted through the Paraguayan defense like a flash of lightning. His first touch could split defenders, his acceleration left tracking players in a trail of desperation, and his vision turned a single feint into a dangerous opportunity. Brendan Aaronson complemented him with almost invisible timing, running into spaces just as defenders shifted focus to Pulisic, offering seamless combinations and creating moments where defense crumbled under the weight of intelligence and speed. Tim Weah, hugging the flanks, provided width and unpredictability. Every sprint stretched the Paraguayan shape, forcing defenders to choose between tracking him or leaving space in the middle for Aaronson and Pulisic. But Paraguay was ready. Angel Romero, a storm of unpredictability, lurked in the spaces between defenders. One second he seemed static. The next, he exploded forward, breaking lines with sharp acceleration. Julio Enciso mirrored him with agile, subtle movement, pulling defenders out of shape and creating opportunities not just for himself but for the entire Paraguayan attack. For every American attack, Paraguay had a calculated counter waiting. Gomez in the center, commanding and imposing, neutralized aerial threats and predicted runs before they became dangerous. Anthony Silva, the veteran goalkeeper, stood like a calm eye in the storm, his presence reassuring his teammates, his hands stopping shots that seemed destined for the net, and his voice orchestrating the Paraguayan backline with the authority of experience. As the game unfolded, every duel became a story of contrasts. McKennie's tireless runs met Sanchez's intelligent positioning. Adams' discipline faced Piris de Motta's calculated interceptions. Pulisic's creativity collided with Gomez's calm anticipation. Romero's acceleration and Enciso's clever positioning repeatedly tested Zimmerman, Dest, and Robinson. Every pass, every sprint, every defensive action told a story, not just of skill, but of strategy, awareness, and instinct. The Americans' approach relied on speed, surprise, and relentless energy, while Paraguay relied on patience, discipline, and precise timing. The two styles clashed constantly, producing moments of breathtaking intensity. The wings were a theater of chaos and control. Dest and Robinson pushed forward, seeking to stretch Paraguay, but had to retreat instantly when Romero or Enciso made sudden runs. Every overlapping run by the Americans was calculated risk. Every defensive adjustment by Paraguay was equally precise. Turner's agility in goal allowed the USA to try risky passes and sudden counters, but Silva's calm command often neutralized these threats, demonstrating the value of experience over raw speed. In the midfield, the tension was almost cinematic. McKennie and Adams pressed relentlessly, forcing Paraguay to move faster than planned, while Sánchez and Piris de Motta controlled the rhythm, distributing passes calmly, turning pressure into opportunity. Aaronson's clever runs and Pulisic's dribbles constantly sought to create chaos, yet every movement was met with calculation, anticipation, and discipline. The dynamic between attack and defense, energy and patience, youth and experience, created a living, breathing narrative that no fan could ignore. Every duel on the pitch seemed like a mini-drama. Zimmerman's aerial strength met Gomez's anticipation. Dest and Robinson's pace challenged Alonso and Villasanti's discipline marking. Pulisic's flair collided with Romero's cunning, while Aaronson's intelligence tested Enciso's agility. Every player, every movement, every subtle shift of weight carried consequences, shaping the ebb and flow of the match. Goals were possible in every attack, mistakes were punished instantly, and the rhythm of the game was dictated not by the clock but by the interplay of abilities on the pitch. By the final whistle, it was clear that this was more than just a match. The USA displayed brilliance in energy, speed, and creativity, while Paraguay demonstrated the power of structure, discipline, and tactical intelligence. Each player's ability, strength, and skill had been on full display, creating a story that unfolded minute by minute, duel by duel. Every sprint, feint, pass, tackle, and save contributed to a narrative of contrasts, a living saga of football where youth clashed with experience, instinct met intelligence, and chaos met order. The crowd left electrified, aware that they had witnessed not just a game, but a masterclass in how individual abilities can shape, challenge, and define the story of a match.